showing people what you do behind the scenes and just turning the camera on. Google owns YouTube.
That's right.
If we get that podcast going, you're...
Does anyone here listen or watch any podcasts? Okay, having a podcast is one of the most powerful things you can do for your business. It's basically a media company for you to be able to talk to your customers, express yourself authentically. There's no more gatekeepers. We all have the power to build our businesses as big as we want to scale it to. So I'm Sugira Rubasha, CEO of ETS Rebasha Media, and I'm looking to connect to any keynote speakers. If anyone knows any keynote speakers who want to become authority figures in the industry. Because when you have a podcast, when you own social media, you separate yourself from your competitors. Thank you.
Up if you wrote them down, and keep your hand up if you've got them somewhere that you see every day.
Not every day.
Okay, that's pretty good. So it's pretty good. Who now looks at those goals every 90 days and sets some goals around and some actions around achieving the next 90 days, their 12-month goals? Yeah, a couple people? Excellent. So see how the numbers are a lot lower? So don't beat yourself up, because 96% of people don't set goals in their business. They don't write them down. Brian Tracy says people that write down, have clearly written and articulated goals, are more likely to achieve those goals than people that don't. Think about that. It's pretty obvious, right? Yeah. That's the reality. So what I want you to do right now, because you've got 4.5 months left of 2025, I want you to write down... At least you can swear at me this time.
You're never going to live it down.
I know, sorry. So write down right now, grab a forward slip and write down 3 things that you'd love to achieve by the end of 2025.
What are we doing, James? When you say love to achieve, are they things within our control or outside of our control?
Everything's inside your control. Everything's in your control.
But like, I can't control if I get 20 clients tomorrow. Can I?
Yes.
I can control that?
Yes, you can.
Of course you can.
Yeah.
Manifest anything.
Yeah, but
That's
like,
a whole nother
I can't control someone to...
It's the actions you...
But to break it down into bite-sized pieces, I use ChatGPT. So it knows me pretty well now. I keep having this issue. It says you're out of memory in ChatGPT. I've got a whole other problem. My friend, ChatGPT, is out of memory. Okay, so, but what I do is I go 90-day goals. I go, tell me what do I need to do in the next 90 days to help me hit my annual goals? Yeah? By the way, I achieved this and I didn't achieve this. So I can tell it where I'm at, right? And then every 30 days I do the same thing. What do I need to do in the next 30 days to help me hit those 90-day goals? And every single week I do the same thing. Give me 3 things I can do this week to help me take me towards my monthly goals. And every day I sit down, chatty, I say, what do I need to do in the next 1 day to help me hit my 7-day goals? The coolest thing about it is, it doesn't just give me 3 things, it actually breaks it up into some actions, key actions, time frames, how long it should take, and strategy around it.
Oh, dear.
Game changing, right? Because I know you think, oh my God, it makes us all lazy. No, it makes us more efficient. And it makes me laser target focused on those particular items. So I know if I can hit those 3 things, and if I don't,
so can you tell me a little bit more? I was intrigued because of the wellness and especially the clients that you serve.
Hear about your podcast because I've been thinking about actually starting
A podcast?
Yeah.
Well, even when you said what you do, I was like, oh, that's a powerful podcast. Conversation or topic, because so many people are looking for that.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, that health and you're in the health and wellness space. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? That's something that so many people are searching for. People are listening about it. Women, the same thing. Your clients, they're like, okay, how can I slow down? How can I improve? And so if you can just show up for them or get your clients, I always tell people, get your clients to listen to your podcast.
Nice.
You know, so then when they, even for word of mouth, they'll, oh, she has a podcast. Or when they Google you, then they're going to find your podcast. And, you know, like you said, YouTube, Google owns YouTube.
Right.
Yeah, so we try to position it like, when I do even the titles is like, what are people searching for? And then we make our titles towards that.
So you create podcasts for people from A to Z.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. Or sometimes it doesn't even have to be a podcast now. Like we're always like sometimes it could be a vlog. It could be documenting your life. Similar to what I was saying. Like showing people what you do behind the scenes and just turning the camera on. So it's like coming at a different angle. Like, yeah, we do podcasts, but we can switch it around.
Social media.
Exactly.
Online presence.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this for?
So I've been doing it for 3 years. I've been a footballer. Well, Americans and Australians say soccer. So I've been a soccer player most of my life. I actually lived in America. I used to live in Oregon.
Really?
Yeah.
I never knew what people do in Oregon.
Yeah.
Now I know they play soccer.
Yeah. I never heard of Oregon before, but it's really nice actually.
Really?
I loved Oregon. Portland's really, really cool. So yeah, and California. So I was playing football, soccer. Then I lived in Europe, doing the same thing. And then when I was in Europe, then I came back to America. Someone said, "Why don't you start a YouTube channel?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, why not?" And then I started just documenting it. And then through doing that myself, just documenting, came back to Australia. And then CEOs I kind of met some CEOs and they were like, I need this. Like, we need this for our business. I started a podcast with my father a little bit before then, just talking, conversation with my dad, mum. And like, that was crazy because I started to see my parents as human beings. And that's what's so powerful about the podcast is because I'm sitting there with dad, I'm like, I was a little kid. I never knew that you're a human being. You're, mum and dad, like you guys are humans. And I've seen you as mum and dad my whole life. But through the podcast, having conversations, then I was like, wow, this is powerful. And then it just became a business, and helping business owners do that.
Wow. And so you just started recording on a specific topic, or just you guys having conversations?
Yeah, we'll just be having conversations. Like what was my dad's idea to start? I was already on YouTube, but when my dad said, son, why don't we start a podcast? He just wanted to express himself a little bit. And I was like, I saw where the podcast wave was going at the time. It was about 3 years ago. And I was like, I knew straight. I was like, yes, because I had seen it already because I was on YouTube. So we got into it, having conversations, family. And then now we have business. And then, again, just doing it for clients and business owners.
So cool. Also such a bonding thing with family.
Exactly, yeah. And any, with my girl, with my, just even our client, another great thing, even with our clients, for client retention, hey, every month we get our clients on the podcast,
really?
And for them, they're happy, you're marketing them as well, getting their stories. I think it's life-changing. I can get quite passionate about it.
No, it's very cool. You can tell you're so passionate about it, and this is really your thing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to check it out online and everything.
Thank you. And so you said also human resources. You were looking to connect with people in HR. Something that?
Thought I'd save you from standing up. How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
Excellent. How's all your business going?
Good. Busy. Very busy. Very busy.
That's good.
Yeah.
Getting lots of new podcasts going and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's more we're doing it more in cohorts because we're getting many podcasts. It's we want to protect the production capacity.
Yeah.
So it's more keeping the clients that we have and serving them the best that we can, and then getting people in.
I was impressed with Lou's one that you did with us. I thought that was really good. Where our guy that was doing our podcast has stopped doing them with the last season, so we haven't done any new ones for a while. And we want to kick it back off again, so we're just sort of trying to work out how we deliver that. We just found we don't have the capacity in the office to do the production and stuff ourselves. We have the people that can do it, we just don't have the time. Your service, what do you?
I mean, we have clients who do one podcast a month, all the way up to people who do one a week.
Yeah.
So it's really dependent on. Yeah. And to be honest, when I go to every time I go to BX, the guests, they always ask how did you find out about BX? And that's very interesting for me on the marketing perspective. And most people here say, oh, Google.
Yeah.
So you guys are doing really well on Google. So I'm like, if people are saying they're finding you guys on Google, YouTube owns. Google owns YouTube.
That's right.
So I think if we get that podcast going, your competitors, the other networking, they're not doing that.
Yep.
Cool.
Right, so you're not going to ask you to leave?
Okay.
I'm leaving here. Oh, it's the group one. Okay.
If you really enjoyed this video, make sure to click here, and I'm sure you're going to love that one.